Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Sabirah binti Muhammad Sabri. My metric number is 1200144. I will present about my research proposal. The title of my research proposal is The Impact of Islamic Counselling Approach in Dealing with Depression Student in USIM. First, I will present chapter 1. In chapter 1, I will share about introduction, problem statement, research question, and definition. Introduction. Depression is a type of mental illness that occurs a lot, but it is less certain. Then the problem has become severe, require intensive treatment. Almost all depression patients experience episodes of low mood and lost interest in activity that they previously enjoyed. Okay, next is problem statement. Okay, this study was conducted because the research saw that this problem of depression has become a problem that hit our society, especially university students. There are a lot of factors that influence them to be depressed. Next is research question. There are 4 research questions. First is, what are the factors that make students suffer from depression? Second is, what is depression according to Islam? Third is, how can Islamic approach reduce student depression? And the last one is, what is the difference between Western counseling and Islamic counseling? Okay, now we move to definition. Okay, definition of depression. Actually, it's quite difficult to define the term of depression. What can I say is, depression is behavior syndrome that include condition of speech disorder, feeling too inferior, consistently experience guilty, isolating oneself and not being active in daily activity. Next, Islamic counseling can be defined as a process and application of psychological element and counseling based on the image of man according to Islam, which is researcher the unique behavior pattern, thinking and achievement of human spirituality. Okay, now we move to chapter 2. In this chapter, I will present about literature review, supportive theory, hypothesis development, and conceptual framework. Okay, first is the industrial of research question. This study is within the scope of academic industry research. This study is conducted at University Science Islam Malaysia. This study was included on all students from the 9 faculty. The total of students in this university are 13,417, but the total sample used in this study was 297 respondents. Okay, second is literature review. First is Othman and Emily 1998 define depression as depression can refer to either mood or clinical syndrome, a combination of emotional, cognitive, and behavioral symptoms. Second is Pragmanan and Part 1995 said that it has been proven that religious practice can control the pressure field. Third is Dr. Randy report the first group that read prayer suffer less pain. Supportive theory. First is back cognitive depression theory. This theory said that most signs of depression are caused by negative individual attitude and thought. Second is Islamic approach theory. Okay, in Islam, counseling has its own meaning and position. This is the line with the demand of Islam itself, which is guided by the Quran and Sunnah. Okay, now is hypothesis development. First hypothesis development is there are many factors that influence students to experience depression. There are a few factors. First is family factor, second is environment, and third is friend. Okay, for conceptual framework, we have the factor of depression among the USIM student and Islamic counseling. And the result is Islamic counseling can reduce student depression. Now we move to chapter 3. In this chapter, I will share about research method, research population and sampling, and research design. Okay, first research method. In research method, we have research instrument, data analysis, and data collection method. For research instrument, the researcher use a questionnaire and include several items based on the objective of the study. For the data analysis, the information obtained through the questionnaire will be processed and analyzed. It involves the activities of collecting, processing, analyze, storing, and outputting data. For data collection method, the study begins with the procedural discussion on the problem to be studied. The discussion involves things such as identify the problem, title, and objective of the study. Okay, now we move to research population and sampling. For research area, the researcher used a questionnaire for a USIM student. This university was chosen to see and identify the factors that influence students toward depression. Okay, for sample study, method is done random from the population in the study. The total number of students found in all faculty at the University Sains Islam Malaysia, which is a total of sample is 13,417. But the sample that has been used only 297. Okay, for research design, this study used questionnaire method to obtain information. This study aimed to identify the factor of students who experience depression and find out what depression is according to Islamic, identify how Islamic approach can reduce student depression. There are several methods done by researchers. Okay, for conclusion, based on research, clearly show that Islamic counselling can help reduce depression. However, the Islamic counselling approach has not been yet widely explored by local researchers, especially involving empirical study. That's all from me. Thank you.